أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين.
In this lecture, we will study the use of murakkab nakis or phrases in Jumla Fe'liya. Now would be a good time to revise murakkab or phrase in Arabic grammar. We studied that there are two types of murakkab. The first is murakkab tam, which delivers a complete meaning. Murakkab tam is also called jumla or sentence, and there are two types of jumla in Arabic grammar. The first is jumla ismiya, which we studied, and the second jumla is jumla fe'liya, which we are studying at this time. The second type of murakkab is murakkab nakis. Murakkab nakis does not deliver a complete meaning. Murakkab nakis is not a sentence, and we studied that there are a total of 4 types of murakkab nakis. These are as follows: murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase, murakkab tawsifi or descriptive phrase, murakkab izafi or possessive phrase, murakkab jari or prepositional phrase. Murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase can be identified by the presence of a demonstrative pronoun at the beginning of the murakkab, and it will be followed by an ism with al on it. A demonstrative phrase will have two parts. The first part is the ism ishara or the demonstrative pronoun, which will come at the start, and it will be followed by musharun ilayh. This is the ism that follows the demonstrative pronoun, and it will always be an ism with al at its beginning. Next, we have murakkab tawsifi or descriptive phrase. Murakkab tawsifi also includes at least two asma, in which one ism describes the sifat, which is the characteristic or quality of the other ism. Murakkab tawsifi has two parts. Number one, the sifat. This is the characteristic or the quality. And number two, mawsuf. This is the ism that is being described using the sifat. Please recall that in murakkab tawsifi or descriptive phrase, the sifat will follow the mawsuf. So the sifat will have the same number, gender, capacity and status as the mawsuf. The third type of murakkab that we studied was murakkab izafi or possessive phrase. Murakkab izafi has two parts, the mudaf and mudaf ilayh. The mudaf comes first, and there are some rules for mudaf. Mudaf will not accept al, mudaf will not accept tanween, mudaf will not accept noon at the end of dual asma and masculine non-broken plural asma. Mudaf ilayh has only one rule to follow, and that is that it will always be majroor. Finally, we have murakkab jari or prepositional phrase. Murakkab jari includes harf jar that is followed by an ism which is majroor. The ism following harf jar is majroor because of the harf jar. Each harf jar has its own meaning, and we studied the following huruf jara. To summarize, we have 4 different types of murakkab nakis. These are murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase, murakkab tawsifi or descriptive phrase, murakkab izafi or possessive phrase, and murakkab jari or prepositional phrase. Now we will return to our study of Jumla Fe'liya, and we will study if murakkab nakis or phrases can be used as fa'il or maf'ul in Jumla Fe'liya. So we will look at each murakkab. For example, we will look at murakkab ishari, and we will ask if a murakkab ishari can be used as fa'il or can it be used as maf'ul. Similarly, for murakkab tawsifi, we will ask if it can be used as fa'il or if it can be used as maf'ul. If murakkab izafi can be used as fa'il or maf'ul, and if murakkab jari can be used as fa'il or maf'ul. We will look at each murakkab individually, and we will see whether or not they can be used as fa'il or maf'ul in Jumla Fe'liya. Let us start with the use of murakkab jari or prepositional phrase in Jumla Fe'liya. Let us start with the example, dakhala zaidun fil bayti. Zaid entered into the house, or we can simply say Zaid entered the house. In this example, dakhala is the fa'il. Zaidun is the fa'il. Zaidun is fa'il because it is marfu. Dakhala does not have huwa in it because the fa'il is revealed and Zaidun is marfu. We have some additional information after dakhala Zaidun, fil bayti. If we pay attention to fil bayti, this is a murakkab jari, and this is used as additional information or muta'alliq. To revise, we used muta'alliq or additional information with jumla ismiya as well. Jumla ismiya had two parts, mubtada and khabar. Mubtada was definite and marfu, khabar indefinite and marfu. In the case of jumla ismiya, we use the example Zaidun jalisun. Zaid is sitting. And then we added some information to Zaidun jalisun and we added fil masjidi. Zaidun jalisun fil masjidi. Zaid is sitting in the masjid. Fil masjidi is additional information that is added to jumla ismiya in this case. In this case, fil masjidi is murakkab jari or a prepositional phrase. It is neither used as mubtada nor is it used as khabar. But fil masjidi is additional information about the khabar. Fil masjidi is called muta'alliq bil khabar or simply muta'alliq. This is additional information about the khabar in the case of jumla ismiya. Similarly, in this case, we are using fil bayti, which is a murakkab jari, and we are using it as additional information or muta'alliq. Fil bayti is not being used as fa'il. Fil bayti is not being used as maf'ul. Dakhala Zaidun fil bayti. Zaid entered the house. Wajalasa ala al-kursiyi. And he sat on the chair. In this example, jalasa is fi'il plus fa'il. In the top example, dakhala was just fi'il because the fa'il was revealed. In the case of jalasa, there is no fa'il afterwards. So, jalasa includes both the fi'il and fa'il. The fa'il is huwa and it is hidden. Alal kursiyi. This again is a murakkab jari and it is used as additional information or muta'alliq. Dakhala Zaidun fil bayti wa jalasa alal kursiyi. Zaid entered the house and sat on the chair. Summa akalat ta'ama. Then he ate the food. Summa means then. Wa sharibal ma'a. And he drank water. Summa hamidallaha. Then he thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To summarize, using this example, we can see the use of murakkab jari as muta'alliq in jumla fi'liya, similar to how muta'alliq or additional information was used with jumla ismiya. Next, we will use murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase as fa'il or maf'ul. First of all, we will revise the demonstrative pronouns or asma'i ishara that we previously studied. We have demonstrative pronouns for the near category and for the far category. For near category, we have the following demonstrative pronouns. The most common demonstrative pronouns that are used in the Holy Quran are for singular and for plural. Dual demonstrative pronouns are not that frequently used. For the near category, we have the following demonstrative pronouns. Haza, hazihi for feminine, haula'i meaning these. For dual, we have hazani, hazaini, hatani, hataini. Hazani is used for rafa status, hazaini is used for nasab or jar status. Hatani will be used for rafa, hataini will be used for nasab or jar status. For the far category, we have the following demonstrative pronouns. Zalika, tilka. Zalika for masculine, tilka for feminine, and they are used to indicate the meaning of that. Ulaika meaning those. And for the dual category, we have zanika, zainika, tanika, tainika. Now, let us study some examples. We have hazal waladu. Hazal waladu is a murakkab ishari or demonstrative phrase. It begins with the demonstrative pronoun haza and it is followed by an ism with al on it. Al-waladu in this case is musharun ilayh. Hazal waladu, this boy. In this case, we see that al-waladu is marfu. This makes the whole demonstrative phrase or the murakkab-e-ishari marfu. Since hazal waladu is marfu, it can be used as fa'il because fa'il will always be marfu. If we look at hazal walada, hazal waladu means this boy. Hazal walada also means this boy. The only difference is the status of the musharun ilay and the difference between al-waladu and al-walada when it comes to the status. Hazal walada is mansoob. It is mansoob because the musharun ilay is mansoob. Since hazal walada is mansoob, it can therefore be used as maf'ool because the maf'ool will always be mansoob. We have the following examples. Nasara Zaidun hazal walada. In this case, Nasara is the fi'il, Zaidun is the fa'il. Zaidun is fa'il because it is marfu. Hazal walada is mansoob because al walada is musharun ilay and that is mansoob. And because hazal walada is mansoob, it is the maf'ool. Nasara Zaidun hazal walada. Zaid helped this boy. In this case, this boy or hazal walada is maf'ool. This boy is the recipient of the action. This boy is maf'ool because it is mansoob. Nasara Zaidan hazal waladu. In this example, Nasara is fi'il. Hazal waladu is the demonstrative pronoun that is being used as fa'il. Why? Because hazal waladu is marfu and it is marfu because the musharun ilay al waladu is marfu. Nasara fi'il, hazal waladu fa'il which is marfu, and Zaidan is mansoob and it is therefore maf'ool. Zaidan is the recipient of the action. Nasara Zaidan hazal waladu will be translated as this boy helped Zaid. Nasara Zaidun hazal walada was translated as Zaid helped this boy, but Nasara Zaidan hazal waladu will be translated as this boy helped Zaid. In conclusion, murakkab-e-ishari or demonstrative phrase can be used both as fa'il when it is marfu and it can be used as maf'ool when it is mansoob. Next we will study if murakkab-e-tawsifi or descriptive phrase can be used as fa'il or maf'ool. We will revise murakkab-e-tawsifi or descriptive phrase. Murakkab-e-tawsifi includes at least two asma in which one ism describes the sifat of the other ism. Murakkab-e-tawsifi has two parts. The sifat, which is the characteristic or the quality, and the mawsoof, which is the ism that is being described using the sifat. The sifat will always follow the mawsoof. Sifat will have the same number, same gender, same capacity and same status as the mawsoof. Now let us look at some examples. Al-waladus salihu. In this example, al-waladu is the mawsoof, al-waladu is marfu, and that is why as-salihu, which is the sifat, will also be marfu. Al-waladu is definite, as-salihu is definite in capacity. Al-waladu is singular and masculine, as-salihu is singular and masculine. So the sifat as-salihu is following the mawsoof. Now, al-waladu as-salihu or al-waladu as-salihu is marfu. Therefore, al-waladu as-salihu is a murakkab-e-tawsifi or descriptive phrase which is marfu, and therefore it can be used as fa'il because fa'il always needs to be marfu. In the next example, al-waladas saliha. Al-waladus salihu means the pious boy. Al-waladas saliha also means the pious boy, but al-waladas saliha is mansoob, al-waladus salihu is marfu. Since al-waladas saliha is mansoob, it can be used as maf'ool. If we study some specific examples, Nasara Zaidun al-waladas saliha. Zaid helped the pious boy. In this example, Nasara is the fi'il, Zaidun is fa'il because it is marfu. Zaidun is the one who is performing the action. Zaidun is the one who is helping. Al-walada saliha, the pious boy. The pious boy is maf'ul. It is maf'ul because al-walada saliha is the recipient of the action and because al-walada saliha is mansub. Nasara Zaidan al-waladu salihu. The pious boy helped Zaid. So in this example, the roles are being reversed. Why? Because now al-waladu salihu, the pious boy, is marfu, and because it is marfu, it will be used as fa'il. On the other hand, Zaidan is mansub and therefore it will be the maf'ul. Zaidan in this example is the recipient of the action and al-waladu salihu is the one performing the action because al-waladu salihu is the fa'il. In summary, descriptive phrase or murakkab tawsifi can either be marfu, in which case it will be used as fa'il, or it can be mansub, in which case it can be used as maf'ul. Next, we will use murakkab izafi or possessive phrase as fa'il or maf'ul. Murakkab izafi has two parts, mudaf, which comes first, and mudaf ilay, which follows the mudaf. Mudaf will not accept al, mudaf will not accept tanween, mudaf will not accept noon at the end of dual asma and masculine non-broken plural asma. Mudaf ilay will follow the mudaf and it will always be majroor. Let us look at the following examples of murakkab izafi. First we have waladu zaidin. Waladu is mudaf, waladu is marfu, zaidin is mudaf ilay. In the case of waladu zaidin, the mudaf is marfu, therefore it can be used as fa'il. Walada zaidin. Walada zaidin also means Zaid's son, but walada is mansub, which makes the murakkab izafi mansub and therefore it can be used as maf'ul. Bintu waladi zaidin. This is a complex murakkab izafi. Zaid's son's daughter. Bintu waladi zaidin. In this case, mudaf, which is bintu, is marfu. Therefore, bintu waladi zaidin can be used as fa'il. Binta waladi zaidin. This also means Zaid's son's daughter. But in this case, the mudaf, which is binta, is mansub. Therefore, binta waladi zaidin can be used as maf'ul. Waladuhu, his son. In this case, mudaf, waladu is marfu. Therefore, it can be used as fa'il. Waladahu. Waladahu also has the same meaning, his son. In the case of waladahu, the mudaf is mansub and therefore it can be used as maf'ul. Our conclusion from this slide is that murakkab izafi or possessive phrase can be used both as fa'il, where the mudaf is marfu, or can be used as maf'ul, where the mudaf is mansub. Now we will do some practice of murakkab izafi or possessive phrase as fa'il or maf'ul. Nasara waladu zaidin hamidan. In this example, nasara is fi'il, waladu zaidin, Zaid's son, is the possessive phrase or murakkab izafi. And we can tell that waladu zaidin is marfu because the mudaf is marfu. Therefore, waladu zaidin qualifies to be the fa'il. Hamidan is maf'ul and it is maf'ul because hamidan is mansub. So, we have the conclusion, Zaid's son helped Hamid. Nasara waladu zaidin hamidan. Zaid's son or waladu zaidin is fa'il because mudaf is marfu. That makes the entire murakkab izafi marfu. And Hamid or hamidan is maf'ul because it is mansub. Nasara hamidun walada zaidin. In this case, the roles are being reversed. Hamidan now is hamidun, waladu zaidin is now walada zaidin. So it will change the meaning as well. Instead of saying Zaid's son helped Hamid, now we have Hamid helped Zaid's son. Hamidun in this case is marfu, that is why Hamidun is fa'il or the one performing the action. Hamidun is the one who is helping. Walada Zaidin is the murakkab izafi or possessive phrase. Waladu Zaidin is mansoob because the mudaf walada is mansoob, and that will make the entire murakkab izafi mansoob. Nasara walada Hamidin. In this example, we see the fi'l, which is nasara. We see the maf'ul, which is walada Hamidin. We don't see the fa'il. The fa'il is actually hidden within nasara. Every time the fa'il is not revealed, it has to be hidden within the fi'il. So nasara is fi'il plus fa'il. Nasara means he helped. Walada Hamidin is the murakkab izafi, that is mansoob, and because it is mansoob, it qualifies to be the maf'ul. This can be translated as he helped Hamid's son. In this case, the fa'il, he or huwa, is hidden in nasara. Hamid's son or walada Hamidin is the maf'ul because it is mansoob. Nasara Rabbuka. Rabbuka in this case is the murakkab izafi. Rabbuka is marfu because the mudaf is marfu. Nasara Rabbuka can be translated as your Rabb helped. Rabbuka means your Rabb. In this example, we do not see a maf'ul. We do not specify who was helped. We just have the fi'il and the fa'il. Your Rabb is the fa'il because the mudaf is marfu. Nasara ibn binti Zaidin. Zaid's daughter's son. This is an example of a complex murakkab izafi or a complex possessive phrase. Nasara has the combination of fi'il plus fa'il. Nasara means he helped. Nasara ibn binti Zaidin can be translated as he helped the son of Zaid's daughter. The son of Zaid's daughter, ibn binti Zaidin, is maf'ul because the mudaf is mansoob. And Nasara has fi'il plus fa'il. The fa'il is huwa and huwa is hidden. Nasara ibnu binti Zaidin. In the top example, we had ibna. In this example, the mudaf is ibnu. That will make the complex murakkab izafi marfu, and because it is marfu, it qualifies to be fa'il. So, Nasara ibnu binti Zaidin will be translated as the son of Zaid's daughter helped. In this case, ibnu binti Zaidin is fa'il and is the one performing the action. The son of Zaid's daughter is the fa'il because mudaf is marfu. Qara'a kitab Allahi. He read the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this example, qara'a is the combination of fi'il and fa'il. Fa'il is huwa or he, and it is hidden in qara'a. Kitab Allahi is murakkab izafi or possessive phrase, and kitab Allahi, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is maf'ul because the mudaf kitaba is mansoob. Amara Rasulullahi. The messenger, peace be upon him, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded. In this example, Rasulullahi is the fa'il. Rasulullahi is mudaf ilayh combination, and the mudaf is marfu, which makes the murakkab izafi marfu. And because the murakkab izafi is marfu, it qualifies to be fa'il. Sadaqa Rasulullahi. The messenger, peace be upon him, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the truth. Similar to Amara Rasulullahi, Sadaqa Rasulullahi also has the murakkab izafi Rasulullahi, which is marfu, and therefore it is fa'il. Sami'na kitab Allahi. We heard or we listened to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this example, kitab Allahi is mansoob. Kitab Allahi therefore is maf'ul. Let us study further examples of the use of murakkab naqis in jumla fi'liya. Sadaqallahul Azimu. The literal translation is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, spoke the truth. In this jumla fi'liya, Allahul Azimu is a descriptive phrase or murakkab tawsifi, and that is being used as fa'il. It is used as fa'il because Allahul Azimu is marfu. Marida walada Mahmudin. Both of Mahmud's sons became ill. Let us look at this example in more detail. In the case of Maredwa Walada Mahmudin, Walada Mahmudin is actually written on the Mudaf Mudaf Ilai combination, or it is a Murakkab Izafi. Why are we not saying Waladani in this case? We know that this was originally Waladani, which has the Ani ending sound and is used to indicate Marfu form or their dual number. Since we are talking about both of Mahmud's sons, we will be using Waladani. But if we use Waladani as Mudaf, we know that Mudaf will not accept Noon at its end in the case of dual numbers. So we will remove the Noon and we will just have Walada. So we have Walada Mahmudin as the Murakkabe Izafi. In this case, An-Nasu is Fa'il because it is Marfu, and Kalam al-Khatibi is Maf'ul because it is Mansub, and Kalam al-Khatibi is a possessive phrase or Murakkabe Izafi. The people heard the speech of the Khatib. Khatib is the Imam or preacher. Fatahallahu Baba Rahmatihi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened the door of His mercy. In this example, Allahu is fa'il because it is marfu, and Baba Rahmatihi, this is a complex Murakkabe Izafi, meaning the door of His mercy. Fataha Bawwabul Madrasati Babal Madrasati. In this example, we have two Murakkabe Izafi, two possessive phrases. Bawwabul Madrasati is the fa'il because the mudaf is marfu, and Bab al-Madrasati is maf'ul because the mudaf is mansub. The school gatekeeper opened the gate of the school. Dwahika Saddiqi. My friend laughed. Let us look at this example in more detail. In the case of Dwahika Saddiqi, Saddiqi is a combination of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Saddiqi is a combination of Saddiqu and Ya. Ya is the majroor personal pronoun which is used as mudaf ilayh. We know that this Ya demands Zair before it. That is why we are not going to say Saddiqu plus Ya, but in this case Saddiqu will accept Zair and the final result will be Saddiqi. Qara'a Imamul Masjidi Khutbatan Tawilatan. In this example, Imamul Masjidi is the fa'il. It is a Murakkab Izafi or possessive phrase because Imamu, which is the mudaf, is marfu, and Khutbatan Tawilatan is the maf'ul, which is a descriptive phrase. Khutbatan Tawilatan is maf'ul because Khutbatan Tawilatan is mansub. The Imam of the masjid gave a lengthy sermon or a lengthy khutbah. Based on the current lecture, we can make the following conclusions. Murakkabe Ishari or demonstrative phrase can be used both as fa'il and maf'ul. Murakkabe Tawsifi or descriptive phrase can also be used as fa'il or maf'ul. Murakkabe Izafi or possessive phrase can be used as fa'il and it can be used as maf'ul. And in the case of Murakkab Jari or prepositional phrase, it will be used as additional information or muta'alliq.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.